Nikolai and Sonia have this whole puppy love thing going on, but he's like, I'm joining the army, babe, I'm a young man, I need to be free. And she's like, totally, I love you so much, I would never want to tie you down, I want you to be free. And he's like, cool, knew you were cool, see you later someday, and maybe I'll propose marriage to you or whatever, bye. And so then he joins the army, and he's hanging out with this group of guys who are like kind of troublemakers, and their ringleader is Dolokhov, who is the same guy who used to be the ringleader for the group of guys that Pierre used to hang out with and drink too much. And he brings Dolokhov home to like meet the folks or whatever, and Dolokhov meets Sonia, and he's like, she is a babe, and totally falls in love with her and ends up proposing marriage, even though everybody is like, she is broke, did no one tell him? But Sonia rejects him and is like, my heart belongs to another. And he's like, this is embarrassing. And everybody's like, it's Nikolai, didn't you know she's in love with Nikolai? Everybody knows that. And he's like, Nikolai, this same dum-dum I've been hanging out with, who's been like hanging out with my crew, cool. So then there's a party, and Nikolai shows up and he's like, I love parties, how's it going, guys? And Dolokhov is like, let's gamble. And Nikolai, why don't you gamble with me? Nobody wants to gamble with me, it's so strange. And Nikolai's like, haha, of course, I love hanging out with you guys. And then he loses and loses and loses and loses so much money. And Dolokhov is like, people say I cheat, I wonder why that is. And Nikolai figures out that like, okay, at this point, the only thing that he can do, because he's lost so much money, is to keep gambling so that eventually he will win and then he'll get all the money back. Obviously, this does not work. So he owes Dolokhov just a heap of money, and his family was already like fairly financially constrained, at least for Russian aristocracy. And all of this sets us up for why later Nikolai does not marry Sonia and instead marries Princess Maria, who is Prince Andrei's sister and who is loaded, one of the two richest single ladies in St. Petersburg. And then Sonia never marries anybody and is just kind of like left hanging. And just Natasha says at one point, you know, some flowers just weren't meant to blossom. And it's like, really? That's the best we can do? Because we never hear from Sonia again, like from her perspective for the rest of the story. It just seems kind of shitty.